Jai Hind everyone. Today we are going to understand the difference between common intention and common object along with section 120A criminal conspiracy. So before moving towards the main differences of common intention and common object, first we have to understand the definition of section 34, that is common intention. What does section 34 says? It says that acts done by several persons in furtherance of common intention. When a criminal act is done by several persons in furtherance of common intention of all, each of such person is liable for that act in the same manner as if it were done by him alone. So basically, common intention imply a pre-arranged plan and acting in concert pursuant to the plan. Common intention come into being prior to the commission of the act, which need not be long gap. There should be a prior meeting of mind to bring this section into effect. A pre-concert is not necessarily be proved, but it may be well developed on the spot as between a number of persons and could be inferred from fact and circumstances of each case. Now here we need to note some important points after reading section 34. First, common intention of several persons, which means there must be two or more person with common intention. Now what does common intention mean? It is a aim or plan which is mostly related to our mind. Such aim or plan need to be formed between two or more person. Secondly, there is no need to gather at a particular place to form such intention. They can form common intention sitting anywhere in the world. Third, an act done in furtherance to such common intention. Here, intention in itself is not an offense. Suppose some person have formed a common intention, and if they are committing an offense only, then it can be punished. Otherwise, if they don't execute their plan after forming an intention, in that case it can't be said to be an offense. So these were some points which you need to be observed. Common intention does not mean similar intention of several persons, as it was held in case of Mehboob Shah versus Emperor. To constitute common intention, it is necessary that the intention of each one of them be known to the rest of them and shared by them. This section 34 is only a rule of evidence and does not create a substantive offense. This section only applies with other penal section which deal with the punishment of the offense. Now come on section 120A, which says when two or more person agree to do or cause to be done an illegal act or an legal act by illegal means. Now what does illegal mean? According to section 43 of IPC as applicable to everything which is an offense or which is prohibited by law or which furnish ground for a civil action. Here also we have to consider some bullet points. First, agree to do or cause an illegal act. Second, there must be two or more person. Third, criminal conspiracy itself is not an offense. There should be an act in furtherance of that. Fourth, there is no need to gather in a particular or at a specific place. Now coming towards the section 149. What does it says? It says every member of unlawful assembly guilty of offence committed in prosecution of common object. Now here comes the term common object. Common object is defined under section 141, and under this section there are 5 different objects were given. If any of one is committed by any person, that is called as common object under unlawful assembly. Common object must be one of the 5 ingredients which has mentioned under section 141. Again, we have to consider some points. As per the section 141 define unlawful assembly, and section 149 is not independent, it goes along with section 141. So there must be 5 or more person gathered at a particular place, only then we can say it unlawful assembly. So as we have seen the first difference, what is the difference? That is suppose if any of them is a part of unlawful assembly, and after gathering that unlawful assembly, one of them is in furtherance of common intention commit any offence, then every member of that assembly shall be punished, even the act was done by few of them. When the number of person reduces from 5 for trial for the reason that some were acquitted for the charges, then the section 141 will become inapplicable. But if there is a clear indication that some other person who is unidentified person are involved in the crime, then this section can be applied. So, now coming towards the differences. As per the section 34 and 120A, there is no need to gather at a particular place, but in case of a lawful assembly, there should be gathering of 5 or more person at a particular place. Number of person for committing common intention and criminal conspiracy are 2 or more, but in case of unlawful assembly, there should be 5 or more person. In criminal conspiracy, there is no requirement of meeting of each other. This is the major aspect. Now coming towards the chart, first of all, there is a list of differences between common intention and common object. So first we have to start with particulars. Common intention is defined under section 34 and common object is defined under section 149. Second difference is definition. Act done by several persons in furtherance of common intention. And in case of common object, every member of unlawful assembly guilty of offence committed in prosecution of common object. Third particular is stand. Common intention is independent, but common object is furtherance to section 141, as I have discussed earlier that the definition of common object in unlawful assembly is given under section 141. Now coming towards the fourth particular, that is number of person. So in case of common intention, there should be or there must be 2 or more person, but in case of common object, there must be 5 or more person. Fifth particular, that is meaning. So what does common intention mean? Which is not discussing or limited to any offence. But in case of common object, it is limited to 5 acts, or we can say 5 ingredients, which is defined under section 141. Sixth particular is status. Common intention in itself is not an offence. It always complied with other offences. But in case of common object, unlawful assembly itself is an offence and punishable as under section 143. Seventh particular is preparation. To form common intention, meeting of mind is required, as I have already told you that there should be a prior meeting of mind in case of common intention, but in case of common object, a common object can be framed even without any prior meeting of mind. It can be formed at the spur of the moment. Eighth particular is active, which means what kind of participation or what kind of activity the person who are indulging the crime is placed. So in case of common intention, there must be active participation of each and every member, but in case of common object, even it can be without active participation and it is punishable. So that's all for today. Thank you.